just a castaway. I lay lost at sea, oh, more loneliness any man could bear, oh. I send an SOS to the world. I send an SOS to the world. I send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets my message in a bottle. Message in a bottle. So I added a little bit of the special, actually, I'll be right back, okay? And maybe you'll be able to see me, but I forgot to shut the windows here. Okay, that's better. I'm back. All right, so doing a few things different today. First of all, going live on my Facebook fan page, the Paul Benulo art, or Paul Benulo art, as I like to say, and seeing how that works. And then I will copy it to the regular Facebook page, see if that garners any more views. And thinking of inviting you all to join a WhatsApp and or Signal group so that I can alert you when I'm going live, because it's rather aléatoire, as I like to say, random at the moment. I don't have a set time. And I'm wondering what the best time for most of the people would be. The only problem being is that we have viewers worldwide. There are people viewing in France, of course, Angleterre, England, the United States, the East Coast and the West Coast. I don't know if anyone in the Midwest is watching, but got people in Thailand who tune in, Brazil. So it'd be nice if I could get some feedback and find out when the best time of day to put on this little podcast broadcast would be the best. So that was Message in a Bottle, still working on it. It's hard to sing and do the Andy Summers guitar part at the same time. Oh, this is the funny thing, is I had some tablature and they were instructing the guitar part like this. Watch. Here's the difference. It's similar. It's just the voicing is different. It's the same, but the voicing is different. That means where the notes are on the fretboard. So in the tablature, they were suggesting this. Oops. Excuse me, let me do that again. But actually, today I was watching the Police live in concert. And it must have been before Synchronicity came out, because Stang didn't have his crazy multicolor, his primary colored Joseph coat of many colors on. So it must have been before that, because this song is from Outlandos d'Amour, I think. Oh, and I've got my DG Stomp pedal by Yamaha to add some of that 80s vibe, that Andy Summers 80s vibe to the sound. But anyway, so in concert when Andy's doing it, he's playing it like this. No, he's not. Like this. You see the difference there? So in the tablature, they suggest that I go. Using 4 strings, where Andy's only doing it on 3 strings, on the 3 lower strings, the E, A, and D. So it makes it's easier in that, for this shape is difficult. Look at that stretch, 5 fret stretch. So what you can do is you play this one on the A and D string, the first. triad, is that what it's called? Tritone. And then you go to just the E and the A string for the rest. And of course, always that little slide. I don't know, Stang wrote the song, and the bass line is just, I know, there's probably some nuance that I'm missing, but it seems comically easy. Let's see if I can figure out what he's doing. Just a castaway, island lost at sea, oh, more loneliness than any man could bear, oh. And then he goes down to, I'll send an S, if you can see, oh yeah. I'll send an SOS to the, I'll send an SOS to the world. I'll send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets mine. Hope that someone gets mine. Hope that someone gets my message in a bottle. Message in a bottle. See, it's a lot more simple than doing this. I imagine that if I dropped some acid or something like that, that would be the most simple thing in the world to do. It's just right now my brain and my motor function are battling, trying to figure this out intellectually and sonically at the same time. So that's enough for that for now, because now we have an art update, don't we? Oh yeah, we do. Check this out, okay? Check this bad boy out. So this is, if you've been watching the rest of the videos, you'll see this is the canvas I've been preparing for a few days. And just today, I got the image down on there. I did this with a transfer. This is actually a detail of this one that I'm working on now. It's this part of this painting. I just enlarged it, and watch, okay? So I made some homemade carbon paper, and then I just traced it down and transferred it onto this canvas here. So what I did was I took these pieces of printed tracing paper, pieced them all together carefully. There are 3 pieces of A4 page size. And then on the back, I smeared some graphite with a handy graphite stick. And so it makes like an old school carbon paper. So then I just took a pencil and traced the lines. They were printed in blue because it's easier to see what you've covered if it's in a different color other than black. You know, I could have done it in pink or in red or orange. Preferably something darker, actually, I find works better. Green. And so transferred that right down onto here. And isn't that lovely? I like that sort of metallic sheen. I don't know if it's coming off on the... There you go. You can see a little bit of that. You know, that sort of dark steel gray color of the graphite. It's really cool. But anyway, then I fixed this so it won't smear. Theoretically, oh, it's pretty thick, so it's still smearing. Well, anyway. But that's not going to matter because I'm going to go and cover this with acrylic. Leave the sky a little bit transparent so that we can see all this lovely sort of palimpsest layers of sanded book pages and blueprint showing through. And that's what's going on with this one, so that was fun. So, and then as I've just, oh, and I've got it bolted down to a board because when I was pasting the sheets on with a PVA glue, polyvinyl acetate, or white glue as it's commonly known, excuse me, I didn't want the canvas to warp with all the moisture and tension. And as you can see, it's not as tight as it used to be. I was hoping to get that nice drum noise. But, so I was bolting it onto the board. I think to paint it, I will take it off of this backing board where it's bolted down and start preparing another canvas as I paint this one. And this one is moving along. That's taking longer than I had expected. On Friday, I came down with this, maybe you can hear it a little nasally. Oh, there's someone watching. Il y a quelqu'un qui nous regarde maintenant. C'est qui là? Bonjour, hello. Who is that? The Book of Faces is not indicating who you are, only that you're watching. Please do say hello in the comments. And so here's the one. It's called 6 Rue de Gary. And I got this part finished today, this part right here. I ended up having to redo a bit of this gable here, or dormer window, which I'm not a big fan of that terminology. Excuse me. And so I got this one done. It's a little bit wonky. I had to lighten this one up a little bit. I had to lighten it up. And I think I'm going to go over this one again tomorrow. My technique, my schedule is that as it is now, I don't know how it's going to be later on in the year, but during the summer hours, the light here is best in the morning, really from around 10 or 11 until 2 in the afternoon. And then the sun is just streaming right through. You can see how strong it's streaming through right now. And it's just, you're basically staring into the sun the way I have my art table set up. And so it's really hard to see what you're working on. But that is what's going on now. Oh, and also yesterday I was sitting in the park and I looked down at the grass and I was thinking, I was going to do something like this. Just like a really detailed ballpoint pen drawing of the weeds and the grass on the hilly knoll, or the knolly hill, or the grassy knoll there in the park. And so I'm going to have to use the grid system. This is actually a test. And so you know how ballpoint pen ink, it's really kind of greasy. And so I'm going to have to use the grid system, which I've explained earlier. If anyone wants me to re-explain it, feel free to ask in the comments. And I wanted to see if I'd be able to successfully erase the mechanical pencil grid lines beneath. And as you can see, there's really no problem. There's really no issue. I'm able to erase them. But I let this dry overnight because, you know, the ballpoint pen, you know how sometimes you get these little nubby bits and they smear. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to go over spend however much time on a drawing only to have it smeared into oblivion. So yeah, in the comments, leave your name or send me a private message if you want to join up to a Facebook group, or if you're watching this elsewhere, join Paul Bagnulo Art. And maybe what I'll do is I'll put announcements on there. Facebook has just changed its situation in some ways, so my Paul Bagnulo Art page has different permissions, and I'm wondering if this will have more reach. Anyhow, I think we're done. Oh, why isn't this? That is strange. Okay. I think we're getting near the end of the line. It didn't but ring. Okay, so bye. Anyway, have a nice sunny Sunday. Ciao.